Executive Director with the Chamber. And this morning I have Dave Carlson of Carlson O'Connell Commercial Real Estate with me. And before we get to Dave, we're going to talk about a few events. I hope everybody had a great Christmas and you're ready for New Year's. So we have a couple of fun events coming up for New Year's Eve. Well, actually, we have one for New Year's Eve, one for New Year's Day. For New Year's, we have All Events Management is doing a New Year's Eve party at the Grange. 21 and over. This looks like it's going to be a really fun event, hosted bar, DJ, light show, all kinds of fun stuff. Dave was just saying he'll probably already be asleep when the ball drops in New York.
Yeah, we tend to watch the earlier one just so we don't have to be up too late. Yeah. But when I wore a younger man's clothes, that sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, exactly. So for those of you that can stay up until midnight, even if you can't, go for a couple hours, have some fun with the community, ring in, the new year, even if you're home back in bed by 11 o'clock. And so you can purchase tickets and get all the details on our website. And then also the Polar Bear Plunge, sponsored by OV Park and Rec. Yes, so Polar Bear Plunge. It's on New Year's Day. It's at 1 o'clock. You can challenge your friends and your family to jump into the pool. And let me tell you, I saw the temperatures for this weekend. It's going to be really cold. It's seriously going to be a Polar Bear Plunge this year. Have you ever done that?
I've done it with scouts way back in the day, but it's been a while. I think is it to raise money for something?
Yep. Yeah. So it's to raise money. So it's $5 to participate. You get a little button that says that you participated, and there's supposed to be some health benefits to plunging into cold water. So not only are you supporting the OV Park and Rec and their organizations, you're also getting a little bit of health benefits from it.
We had a exchange student from Denmark, and his mom would jump into the ocean every single day, no matter what day of the year. And she's a very, very healthy lady, and she swears by it. So there you go.
There we go. And then we have Best of Orangevale happening right now. So get out and vote. A few things, though, I just want to touch on. The most important thing is you want to make sure that you vote for 3 different categories. So you have to vote for 3 categories. And, there's a lot of different reasons that went into this, but, really what we want people to do is actually really support the community. Don't just vote for one of your favorite places but you've got 5 other places that you support and you don't vote for them. So, get out there and vote for 3 different categories, support your local OV business. This really means a lot to them. So make sure that you vote. And also, there's a little bit of software built in to make sure that, there's no cheaters and, they can track some things. So, let's make this a really honest voting system and get out there and, again, vote and support your local business. So I'm also getting over a little bit of a head cold, which is why we weren't on here last year. If I'm stumbling on my words, it's because I'm still getting over my head cold. So anyway, Dave. So Dave Carlson, we've been chatting a little bit about some real estate and stuff actually before we got started. And, this is definitely a really kind of exciting time probably.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
To be in real estate. And so first, can you tell us why Orangevale?
Yeah. So, first off, personally, I moved to Orangevale because my wife grew up here in town. My in-laws live in Orangevale. My wife is one of 5 that went to CASA. So I grew up on just across the river in Folsom, but don't hold that against me.
We call you friends of the border. It's okay.
There we go. Perfect. Yeah. So I grew up in Folsom, but my wife grew up here in Orangevale, and we wanted to move somewhere that had a little more space. And so, as you can imagine, there's a lot of awesome houses that have a little more land here in Orangevale. What I love is that there's all kinds of great places to eat and bars and fun things to do in Orangevale, but you're also still really close to Sutter Street in Folsom, which was my favorite part of Folsom.
You get the best of both worlds.
Oh, it's absolutely wonderful. So
close to the water.
Oh yeah, exactly. And we're right, we're kind of, off Hazel. And so it's very, very easy to get to both highways. It's really easy access everywhere. So I've been here for about a year now, but I've obviously grown up.
Yeah. Again, you're friends of the border. Yeah. You're still an honorary Orangevale person.
And one thing I've kind of been wondering is how long do you have to live here in order to qualify for an OV sticker? Is there kind of like some etiquette, or like how does
We'll
that go?
give you one when the show's over.
Okay, I'll take it, but I also feel like I need to. I feel like I need to earn it too, because
Yeah.
I joke with my wife a lot. I was like, I've only been here for a year. Like she could put it on because she grew up
She
here.
can definitely put it on her car. She grew up here.
But
That's
on
a
my
good question.
vehicle,
Okay, those of you that are watching, maybe you can make a comment as to at what point do people have to, what do they have to do to earn their OV sticker?
exactly. And once again,
Maybe you can
I'm
drop
not
that in our
implying that I've
comments.
earned it at all. I'm trying to make sure I do these
Yeah,
things the
we
right way.
appreciate that. I just think even his eagerness to make sure he does it the right way is appreciated. Is appreciated.
Absolutely. Like I said, I have a lot of family live in Orangevale, and
Yeah.
they'll just kind of be like, "Oh, OV sticker already? Okay."
Yeah, yeah. All right, that's a good question. Okay, like I said, drop that in the comments and let us know what we think the prerequisite is to earn your OV sticker.
Absolutely. And I guess, follow-up question, where do you get them? Because I don't even know.
We have them.
You have them here. Perfect. Well, there we go. Teach you.
Yeah, we'll hook you up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay, Dave. So tell us what I'm kind of actually even personally curious. Like, there's a lot of, I think there's a lot of things obviously going on in the real estate market. Prices were high. Do you see that continuing? Are things starting to plateau? What do you see kind of happening for this new year?
Great question. Yeah. And to be very, very clear, I do commercial real estate only. So obviously there's a lot of great residential real estate professionals out there. I do not do that. If you need help selling a house, there's a lot of great people that can do that. They're specialists. They do it 24/7. I only do commercial. And so I did a career day for a middle school a little while ago, and I talked about commercial real estate. And at one point, one of the kids raised their hand and said, "So how do you make the commercials for real estate?" And so she was thinking that I did
a commercial for real estate houses. Yeah.
Which frankly makes sense.
Right.
I mean, yeah. So basically what I do is I help, really, instead of helping people buy homes, I help business owners buy and sell commercial real estate. So, let's say you're a plumber and you need a warehouse. I can help you find a warehouse. Let's say you're a commercial real estate investor. You want to buy like a strip mall or, an office building. I help investors buy, cash flowing commercial real estate assets. Okay. So to get back to your original question, what do I see as far as trends for 2022? Believe it or not, the commercial real estate market is really, really hot right now. A lot of people thought that with the pandemic, the sky was falling, everything was going to fall apart. And obviously there's a lot of anything that was like public facing, like restaurants, bars, salons, anything that was like forced shut down or like really impacted by foot traffic, people coming in, that got hit really hard. And a lot of folks had a really tough time in 2020. On the flip side of that, anything industrial actually thrived during the pandemic. Part of that is because, a lot of things were being moved to e-commerce. So instead of going into brick and mortar, people were buying online. And so that all has to go to a warehouse to be distributed to your house.
Right.
So people are leasing out warehouses left and right for distribution reasons. So the pandemic actually kind of kept that trend going and made the prices for warehouses even higher.
Wow.
So one thing that we're experiencing, and not to completely bore everybody with the details, but construction costs in California are incredibly high.
Yeah.
Incredibly high everywhere, but especially
here.
California. So we are seeing prices. I mean, prices are much higher than they were 3 or 4 years ago. There's no doubt about that. For example, office buildings in Folsom or Eldorado Hills are sometimes selling for over $300 a square foot.
Wow.
Which seems like a lot, except for we're hearing that the new construction in like Granite Bay or Folsom south of 50 is actually like $600 a foot. So even though these numbers are way higher than we're used to seeing in Sacramento, they're still significantly below the replacement value.
Right. Yeah.
And that's because of materials, labor, all that. So
the new construction costs.
No one has a crystal ball, but as long as interest rates stay relatively low, I think there's going to be a big market for redevelopment, and that's taking something that's not in great shape and then making it much better. Because if you can buy something for $200 a square foot and make it brand new, that makes more sense than bringing something out of the ground for $600 a square foot.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
And that's what I'm really excited about for Orangevale. Obviously, all towns have different parts that, could use a little love. But there's definitely some buildings here that I think have a ton of potential and a ton of upside for someone to come in and get a great discount on a building that maybe is vacant or not very well cared for. Kind of give it a bit of a facelift and get some new business owners here in town.
Yeah, bring some new life to it so that a new business, it's definitely, I was a business owner and property owner, and it's difficult to start a new business, and
Absolutely.
especially when you're in kind of a more rundown building, you don't have good lighting, you don't have great parking, the facade's not great. So, the idea of coming in and kind of repurposing some of these buildings and actually making it really inviting and giving these new, small businesses an opportunity to thrive.
Absolutely. Yeah. And then I think, buildings that have been with the same owner for a very long time, if there's a lot of deferred maintenance and they don't look great, I mean, the chances of them waking up tomorrow and all of a sudden
Yeah,
making it nicer, it's not high. But
right.
somebody that goes and puts new money into a building, or even better, I work with a lot of what we call owner user buyers that buy a building for their own use.
Hmm.
Obviously, you're going to be a great landlord for yourself.
Right.
So when you go to buy a building to put yourself into it, a lot of times people pump money into it and they really make it nice because that's where they're going to be every single day.
Hmm. Yeah, and all it does is just, it makes, the community look better. It looks, cleaner and brighter and all of those things. And so Dave he brought in a flyer for a business that's for sale right now in Madison. This is actually, talk about for like a small business, this is a really great opportunity. He was talking about for a salon. My background is the beauty industry and spas and things like that. And that would be a great little space for salon, a spa, even, a therapy office, something like that. So you want to tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, absolutely. It's very rare that you can buy a piece of commercial real estate that's this size. It's actually 816 square feet. It's an office condo, so it's a piece of a larger building. But basically, you own your own commercial real estate. We're asking $265,000, which, I mean, obviously that's a lot of money, but compared to buying a house in Orangeville,
Right.
I mean, that's quarters on the dollar. So
Mm-hmm.
this is a chance to actually own your own commercial real estate, to be
Mm-hmm.
your own landlord, set your own rents, get all the benefits of owning commercial real estate
Yeah.
for $265,000. So this is a little office condo, but it does have sinks. It could be great for a salon. It could be great for a insurance office. It's at 9296 Madison. Wanted to make sure I had that number right. 9296 Madison. We'll put a link to it in the show notes.
Yeah, it's really cute too. It's been remodeled, and it's a really good opportunity for somebody to kind of just come in and start a business.
Absolutely. And it's here in Orangeville. So if someone wants to move to the area and they want to ingrain their business here in the community, what better way than to buy a building here in Orangeville?
Yeah. Yeah, that's great. So anything else you want to share with us?
No, I'm just really excited to be getting more involved in the chamber, and really excited to get to know business owners here locally. And if anyone ever has questions about commercial real estate, I'm happy to help. We
Your
predominantly.
YouTube channel.
Oh yes, exactly. I have a YouTube channel called Commercial Real Estate Explained. It's supposed to help business owners and investors just kind of learn more about commercial real estate.
And I think what's really great, even like about this property that we're talking about, is that there are a lot of people that want to get into commercial real estate. They think that they can't. They think that the market has outgrown them. So I love the idea of your YouTube channel and helping to educate people, having opportunities like this, to just get your foot in the door, because that's all it takes. Is you just need this little opportunity to get your foot in the door, and then work with somebody like Dave who can then help you build upon that, really, because that's how the wealthy get wealthier, is they build upon what they have.
Absolutely. And I can't tell you how many times I've spoken with business owners and they think there is no possibility they could buy commercial real estate. And the reality is they have 10% down SBA loans. So you're actually able to afford much more commercial real estate than you'd think. 10% down on $265,000 is, $26,000.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
anyways.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Dave. If you want to learn more, obviously go to his YouTube channel, and we're going to put all the links down below. So, also, you guys, I hope you had a great Christmas and have an amazing new year. We are very excited going into this new year, coming out of the pandemic, being able to do more events. So look forward to, what we have going on. Sorry, my head cold has me having some serious um, brain issues. My brain and my mouth are not communicating well today. So make sure you follow us on social media. Always check out the Orangeville Chamber events calendar to see what's going on. And we will see you next year.